We're 7:30.
You know. 7, aka Sycho.
And I'm Killuh, aka Kill for short, aka 30. The 30 of the 7:30 movement. You already know.
I always laugh with the Killuh.
She hates it, but then she laughs at it now.
Because if you see her chest moves when she
yeah, because you gotta curl your body when you say it. That's how I say it. What? I'm not a killer. I'm Killuh. There's a difference.
Come on, no look on.
She looking like Richard Simmons, sweating to the 80s.
Come on, 80s look on. I'm an 80s baby. She's hating because she ain't no 80s baby. Well, you? Yeah, exactly.
I was raised in the 80s. It don't matter.
80s baby. I'll sweat to the 80s. What?
I was raised in the 80s.
Come on, work out on. Come on, Richard. Let's do it together.
Working out. Let's go.
No.
We ain't in the gym.
I say, what we supposed to talk about today? Because I got my hands on phone again. Today.
Insecurities?
Yes, it says insecurities. Insecurities. What can I say about insecurities? I could talk about, my job.
Ooh, them heifers be hating. Them insecure heifers be hating.
You see, let me explain about my job. I'm a secretary. Because if you watched the previous video, you know that I didn't get the job as being a receptionist at a strip club.
She ended up getting it in the hospital.
So, but I'm a secretary.
She just wanted to be a secretary really bad.
No, it's not just that was like the job.
I'm messing with you.
See, I'm talking about people. Anyway,
I was just talking smacky boo. That's what I do sometimes, you know.
Mad smacky boo.
Mad smacky boo.
So, you know the terrorist in Tribeca as my
Chico the pit bull right there chilling, sneezing, rolling on the ground. You hear him sneezing in the background? He cool though.
That's him.
That's my folks. That's my folks right there. He's good folks. Good folks.
Paws up those dogs.
I'll put them paws. Okay, now.
Okay.
We got time.
So we're gonna talk about how people are on my job. So apparently there are different
versions or forms or levels.
Yeah, different levels of how there's the doctors, of course, it's the nurses, it's the nurse attendants, PCTs, and it's the secretary, it's building service, escort, and it's admitting that they admit the patients in. All in all, and of course, it's the X-ray tags. All in all, everybody's needed. Because if people don't get the paperwork together, no one comes to the hospital, and the bed is not clean, and then people don't go take them to tests, everybody's needed. So I think everybody
work. Ain't that how it go?
Exactly.
That's how it's supposed to go. But do these have to survive?
No, people look at people a certain way and they get
just because of their status of their position.
Exactly, and that's the problem. And I don't do that. I treat everybody the same, and maybe that's why some people respect me for that, and others hate on me because of that. Which I didn't even know until
recently.
One of my bosses brought it to my attention. Like, you do realize that
these heifers ain't ready for you.
Yeah.
In other words,
the doctors, the building service, everyone treats you with respect. They say hi to you. Certain doctors don't even say hi to the nurses. I'm like, no, I never noticed that because I say hi to everybody. I'm from Tribeca. That's what we do.
Yeah, true. Because I be saying hi.
She says hi to them. I saw that. She said hi to them. She was like, I was like, wait a minute. When did you start saying hi to people?
I know. I never was like that. I never was like that. I was.
Garrison sold JFK Jr. was down the block from here. I had no idea who he was. And I said hi all the time. And then when he passed, that's when I found out who he was. My mom was like, you said hi to him all the time. I was like, Ma!
But you didn't tell me who he was.
I said hi to everybody. I took a picture with him. I carry a camera. I take pictures.
She do carry a camera. That's real. That's real talk right there.
Before they had the camera phone, I carried the camera.
She actually had a camera. It went from the camera that you had to get filmed for it to the digital camera.
So annoying.
Yeah, because she had to go drop the film off. I'm like, yo, when you gonna get the pictures? I don't know. I forgot. We still lost a batch of pictures.
Yeah, we did.
Because I still don't know the pictures we took with Beanie Siegel and Apollo and all that stuff. We lost a whole bunch of pictures.
Did you picture Beanie Siegel and Apollo?
Yeah.
My memory's bad.
This stuff. It was when 5 a.m. all the way to the.
Oh yeah,
it was around that time that song was out. That was a minute ago.
Do the remix.
Yeah. Never got released, but whatever.
Maybe some release going on down the line, but I realized that you gotta be secure with who you are and know your role and not be like, okay, I'm just this person that's it. No, if I have my opinion against something I see that I know, I'm gonna let you know. I don't care who you are. You wrong, you right, you're right, and people respect that. I learned that being here. I learned that at my job, learning from my parents. Like, you respect people, people will respect you, and I get hated off for that, and I love it. When my man Cat Williams said only 12 out of 20 girls at your job hating on you, need to get 20 out of 20. I need to
You gotta get them numbers up. Hashtag get them numbers up. You gotta get them numbers up. I mean, sorry, you got hashtag. You gotta get them numbers up.
Hashtag that.
Yeah.
You can add us on that.
Yeah. Hashtag get them numbers up. You already know.
So I learned just be yourself. I try to teach other people around me be secure with who you are. If you see someone doing something wrong, say something. One time, I saw a doctor take off his lab coat
and sat directly on the bed.
Yeah, I told you that story.
Yes,
I put it on a clean patient's bed, and people know how I feel about infection control. I'm like, oh, don't get sad. I couldn't say anything because I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything because the patient's right there. I'm gonna go holler at him and change the bed. Once he leaves, so he came here. Of course, he was doing the consent. I was like, he's like, he needs someone to help him with the consent. I was like, let me ask you a question. When you go home, do you take your scrubs off and put them in your bed? He was like, no. I said, so do me a favor. When you don't take your lab coat off and put it on a clean patient's bed because that's like the bed they sleep on. And he was like, you know what? I've never thought about it like that, and I would never do that again.
See, sometimes you gotta awaken in them. Some people don't realize the stuff that they do is bad or wrong because no one ever checked them.
Exactly.
But there's a way to check people.
You can't say
don't say nothing to the doctor because he's a doctor. No, you're human. We ain't got no word to say about that. Rang my ear too. That was loud. Yeah. So
you gotta know.
People let status intimidate them.
I don't.
You know what I'm saying? And that's ridiculous. No one can say nothing to the president of the United States because he's the president. No, you're human, boo boo. If you messing up, someone needs to let you know you're messing up because apparently someone ain't telling you. So you need to know what not to do. Because people, like I said in the last episode, we live in a judgmental world.
Yes.
Not that, I'm cool with being a judgmental person or I'm cool with people being judgmental in general, but that's the world we live in. You know what I mean?
True. What kind of insecurities have you had?
When it comes to what? Relationships, friends, what?
Relationships.
Relationships.
What's up on your relationship? We women.
That's true. Well, I can't front. I was known as being a very jealous person.
I'm still jealous.
Okay, I'm still jealous.
I'm not gonna sit here.
Yes,
guys. I'm
still jealous.
I'm jealous.
Maybe it's the Aries quality in me.
It's a woman quality.
Yeah, it might be. No, but look at Joe Buttons and his girl Kaylin. She was not bringing jealousy to the table, and
she's a rare breed.
Yeah,
most women are jealous.
And she's Spanish. It's known. Latinos. Very jealous.
We're not going to stereotype here on 7:30, but we are going to say is
women are jealous in general.
Women in general. And tell us your story.
All right, my story. Dealing with this cat. You know what I mean?
We don't name names.
We're not naming names. Dealing with this cat. He was at that time. He was not very much older than me, but being of my age, I was still considered a minor. He wasn't. You know what I mean?
When you say he wasn't considered a minor, it's a year apart, 2 years apart, 3 years apart?
6 years. 6 years apart. So I was 15.
He was a full adult.
Pretty much. Pretty much. And I was still growing into my adultness.
Get your drink on.
You were so sweet. So, yeah. Insecurities. Well, apparently, he was insecure because of the way we got together. He had liked a female that I was cool with at first. Shorty was like, nah, he's a good dude. I don't want to hurt him because she knows she's like a gold digger. She's going to use him for his money and kick him to the curb. You know what I mean? So she was like, nah. So homie went after me. I guess next best thing. I don't know. Whatever. So now we're dealing with each other, whatever. And the homegirl that, I'm going to say pass him off for lack of a better terminology. Homegirl that passed him off, I guess she was hating because homie was I had a beep, beepers back in the day was.
Oh, that was a thing.
Beepers was popping. Beepers was fresh. Was fat.
It's hot on the streets today.
Yeah. So I had a beeper. I always stayed with fresh kicks. Car Canal was popping at the time, and this is when I used to dress like a tomboy. So I used to always go shopping in the men's section.
Shout out to Car Canal.
Yeah, what's up with homie? You need to make a comeback with a new label or something. We'll talk about that later. So. Yeah, so he was always hearing stories from homegirl that passed him off. Whenever me and her go out, she'd come back with some fugazi behind story, which wasn't true. And I realize now that she was trying to break us up because she was hating on the fact that he was spending money on me. I had a beaver, I was fresh, whatever. She felt like that could have been her. You know what I mean? So her insecurities kicked in. And then she's going back telling him stories. His insecurities kicked in.
Her, I think, would be more or less jealousy.
Jealousy because of her insecurities.
I don't know, I would say her insecure. I would say she was just jealous and she wanted it.
Okay.
She knew she could have had it.
Okay. I still feel like it's because of insecurities. Everybody has a level of insecurity.
Yeah, definitely.
There's different levels of insecurity. From the, as they say, the prettiest female. There's something she's insecure about. It's like that with everybody. It's just a human characteristic. You know what I mean? So her going back telling him Forgive Me behind stories, his insecurities started kicking in. But he never approached me about it. He never said, yo, such and such told me this, that, and the third isn't true. He just automatically believed what she said. You know what I mean?
You gotta have trust in relationships.
So all this time, he's holding in grudges against me while we're dating because of what homegirl's telling him. And he believed her because we're always hanging out together. Instead of him coming to me and see if I would lie or admit it. He just believed it. You know what I mean? So now, all of a sudden, I'm getting punched in the face. Yeah, domestic violence. Yeah, I still got my mark to this day. We get into some argument over whatever. Next thing I know, he's punching me in my face like he's fighting some dude on the street. Real talk. Real talk. You know what I mean? And that was the first time he hit me. The second, it shouldn't have been no second time. I know everybody's saying, oh, there wouldn't have been no second time for me. I know everybody feeling right now. But I was 15 at the time, young and stupid. We have to be young and stupid to be old and wise. You got to go through the young and stupid phase.
This is true.
Because how do you learn? How do you get wisdom? How do you get experience? You got to be young and stupid first. Correct?
This is true.
Yeah, see, you agree. So, him holding in grudges and believing everything such and such was saying, he just hauled off and tried to knock me out. Tried to take the kid out, son.
No.
Yes. He didn't knock me out because I was not unconscious. But, he tried to. That's when I realized I could take a hit. Because homie's not no small dude.
That's not the time we want to find that out.
But that's what happened. Homie ain't no small dude, though. People who know me personally and know who I'm referring to, he ain't no small dude.
I seen the picture.
Yeah, he ain't no small dude. He's linebacking better, real talk.
Especially and during that. Oh.
Yeah. So had to do now. It went from insecurities, boom, domestic violence. Oh, by the way, we're in Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Oh yes.
And here's my souvenir. It's right here. I got it. My souvenir. What you want me to say?
Your badge of blessing.
No, souvenir. Sounds better. You ain't got no time to think of badge of blessing. That joke don't even make no sense. Anyway, so now I'm a domestic violence victim. I'm like, whoa, what the heck did I miss? What happened? We went from being cool to now I'm getting beat up. What happened? You know what I'm saying? So pretty much during that time, I guess you could say I let him get away with it. I tried to fight back. I didn't just sit there and boil in the corner and let him pound on me. I tried to fight back, but number one, I'm a female. Number two, he's bigger than me. You know what I mean? And then 3 years go by. We're not dating at all, but he was still in love with me and obsessed with me that he just always had to be around me and in my life. You know what I mean? Some other joint happens. We get into an argument on New Year's Eve of '97.
Oh yeah, I remember this story.
Yes, that I ended up getting arrested because this time I picked up a pipe and a chair and hit him with it because he hit me. That's what I should have did the first time. He wouldn't have came at me the second time.
We don't condone.
No, we don't condone that. It's not cool. It's not cool to be beating on nobody. Not the woman beating on the man, not the man beating on the woman. That's a no-no.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect the person you love.
There are signs, that let you know that it can be abusive. There's verbal abuse and there's, physical abuse. Unfortunately, you had to go through.
I dealt with both, actually.
And domestic violence is never okay.
No.
So I just Googled the hotline to let you know. 1-800-799-SAFE. 1-800-799-7233. Domestic violence
does not beat you.
It's never, ever okay.
Someone who
Please get help.
Someone who loves you will not ever even let that thought cross his mind to be one.
Because it's signs. Sometimes it's signs as far as make you feel comfortable, make you feel that you're beneath everyone and you're beneath them. That could be a sign of starting off. That's your insecurities.
Dealing with someone who's really controlling people are very insecure.
So
Very.
just please be careful of that. Please be aware. Please, if you know a friend like that, get them help, because we do not like to see. And males can get domestic violence on them too.
Yes.
Women can be abusive to men.
I'll admit that I was.
Men need help too.
Not with that dude, but later relationships.
We'll talk about my story another time.
Yeah. Gotta
So
wrap it
here on
up.
7:30, once again we enlighten you. We give you phone numbers and everything.
Yeah, that's what we do.
I'm Sycho, aka 7. You can hit me up on Instagram. You can hit me up on Twitter at Sycho1.
And I'm Killuh, aka Kill. And you can hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at Kills of 730, KILZOF 730, all one word. Hashtag get at me.
Hashtag 730 show.